Teysa Karlov versus Rhys the Redeemed. The cards aren't expanding for some reason, so I'll just get the game underway and see if that fixes it. No, okay, I'll have to just read the cards out to you and you won't be able to read them. There we go. That's Teysa Karlov versus Rhys the Redeemed. And this game is underway. Magic Online was misbehaving there for a second. Okay, going into Caves of Koilos, and then a Soul Ring into Hangerback Walker. I don't mind at all. Just have to hope that our opponent doesn't scoop here. The Hangerback Walker will come in with a +1/+1 counter on it because we put 1 into X twice. The reason I expand the commanders at the beginning of the game is just in case I take a while to read them out, or if I just forget to read them out entirely. You can always pause the video, and in a 1080p resolution you should be able to read them, I would think, even on a phone. But Rhys the Redeemed is 3 mana and tap to create an Elf Warrior token, and then 6 mana and tap to double up your tokens. And it's 1 mana in Celestia for a 1/1. Urborg is okay here. We'll go for Teysa, and we'll still have to pay life for the white. And down comes Teysa Karlov. Now we'll see if our opponent has spot removal, because we've gotten quite far ahead thanks to that Soul Ring, and we also have Ancient Tomb, so we've got some stuff going on here. I think I'll start dumping mana into the Hangerback Walker because this will trigger twice. When it dies, we get a Thopter for each plus counter on it, but we'll get 2 Thopters per counter on it thanks to Teysa, assuming that she's in play when the Hangerback Walker dies. Ooh, Brimaz is a very good card. That's actually a pretty good commander in itself, a 3/4 for 3 with Vigilance. When it attacks and when it blocks, you get a 1/1 cat token. I think that might actually be Vindicate worthy. Let's go for... We can go for Ancient Tomb because the Ancient Tomb can tap for black mana thanks to Urborg, which makes it a much more versatile card. Yeah, let's go Vindicate onto the Brimaz. I don't really want to deal with that. And then we'll might as well put our mana into the Hangerback Walker. Put another plus counter on that. And then we will swing in our opponent. I don't think we have to worry about Rhys swinging in. They might enchant it with something that we're worried about next turn, but yeah, maybe a Bear Umbra or something like that. But I think they want to concentrate more on token production than enchanting Rhys. So I think I'm okay with swinging in there. I think I might go for, in fact, with Urborg in play, Westvale Abbey can tap for black mana. So yeah, I think we will get down Westvale Abbey. And then for 5 tap and pay a life, we can get a Human Cleric token into play. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 into Hangerback Walker. Yeah, I think that's okay. So let's go in at our opponent again. Anointed Procession coming down for our opponent, by the way, so that doubles the number of tokens that come into play whenever an effect puts tokens into play for our opponent. Makes their commander very, very potent. 3 mana for 2 warriors isn't bad. I think I'd quite like Cartel Aristocrat out now that I think about it, because the ability to sack the Hangerback Walker at will in response to spot removal, yeah, that's quite appealing. Unfortunately, we're struggling on white mana, so we're not going to be able to get down both Teysa and the Cartel Aristocrat. And then 1 mana into the Hangerback Walker. Okay, Athreos. Yeah, I think I'd still rather have the Cartel Aristocrat. Let's pay yet more life. And we'll get that down. And then we can either get another token out with the Westvale Abbey or put mana into Hangerback Walker again. I think we'll definitely swing in there. Actually, they're probably just going to do something in response. Yeah, we'll hold back for now. What we could do actually is activate Westvale Abbey. Yeah, if we kill the Hangerback Walker and get a lot of Thopters, that's good sack fodder for 5 tap and sack 5 creatures to transform this into a 9/7 Flying Vigilance Oh no, flying lifelink, indestructible and haste. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's try and go for that. I don't think I've ever actually animated the Westvale Abbey before. Oh, and that's a shame. Our opponent just scoops there. Yeah, what I think I would have done there is put a counter on the Hangerback Walker, maybe got out Athreos next turn. Could we have done 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, so we could have gone Athreos, Cartel Aristocrat, kill the Hangerback Walker for 8 Thopters, sack 5 of the 8 Thopters to the Westvale Abbey, and then our opponent would have had to decide whether or not to pay 6 life to keep the Hangerback Walker out of our hand, and they would have had a 9/7 flying lifelink indestructible haste to deal with. Unfortunately didn't see any of that because our opponent doesn't like 4 of the cards that are in their hand. But anyway, I'll show this at the end of a video or something just to show you the type of stuff that you can get going with this deck. Yeah, a little bit of a bonus round for us there. That's Teysa Karlov versus Rhys the Redeemed. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Hope you all enjoyed it. Teysa Karlov versus Omnath, Locus of Mana. That hand, we have a Stoneforge Mystic and Reassembling Skeleton in the last game as well. That hand isn't particularly fast, but we can get down Stoneforge Mystic on turn 2 for a Skull Clamp and then go into Reassembling Skeleton and clamp the skeleton. Yeah, we can go for that. So it's slow, but it's better than nothing. Let's get down a tap land with that. And we just need to hope that our opponent doesn't ramp really quickly into Omnath, which they're probably going to because ramp is the aim of the game with Omnath, Locus of Mana. You don't lose unspent green mana as steps and phases end, and it gets +1/+1 for each unspent green mana you have. It's a 1/1 for 3 mana. Okay, but they don't have anything for us, so let's just go straight into that Stoneforge Mystic. And we'll get down the clamp and see if our opponent makes that third land drop. Teysa Karlov, Necromonicon, 4 mana in Orzhov for a 2/4. Our tokens get Vigilance and Lifelink, and if a creature dying causes a permanent to trigger, then it triggers twice. Okay, not going for Omnath, instead going for Muldaya Channelers, and we have a decision to make here. I think we can go a bit slower here. We can switch on Tragic Slip, which is relevant. Yeah, let's just go for a clamp onto the Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, I think our opponent's going to swing in here, which will kill our Stoneforge Mystic, draw us some cards, but it'll also switch on Tragic Slip. Tragic Slip is usually -1/-1 at instant speed for a black, but when Morbid's triggered, that is when a creature dies, then it'll instead deal -13/-13. And I'm just thinking of killing off the Omnath if we get half a chance. But they might not even play Omnath. I'm not used to Omnath decks operating like this. Usually they just get down Omnath as fast as possible, then ramp like crazy and buff Omnath. Okay, well we don't even need Morbid with our Tragic Slip if our opponent doesn't have any green mana held up. So we'll just do that and still have the clamp on the Stoneforge Mystic. Anointed Procession into Angel of Invention I don't think is the worst thing. So yeah, let's go for that. And this thing is getting a buff, by the way. As long as the top card of your library is a creature card, it gets +3/+3. Turning it into a 5/5 for 3 mana. Otherwise, as long as the top card of your library... Yeah, if it's a land, then they can tap for 2 mana with it instead. Now, they can't get down Omnath again. Not with using Oracle... Or not Oracle of Muldaya. They can't get down Omnath again. They're missing land drops as well, which is fine with me. Now then, let's see. We can Lingering Souls and Reassembling Skeleton if we want to. I think I'm just going to go for the Angel of Invention. It's a good use of our mana this turn. The Anointed Procession doubles the number of tokens we get from effects. So when Angel of Invention comes down, we're going to fabricate 2. We can either put a plus counter on it, or we can create servos. Oh, actually, it's 2 counters on it, but we're going to create servos here. So instead of 2, we get 4. And then the Angel of Invention is a Lord as well. So we're just going to... Do we want to start dealing damage? No, I want our opponent to hold back. They don't seem to want to swing into Stoneforge Mystic, which is fine with me. I'm going to get down Teysa next turn, and then these things can start swinging in with Vigilance and Lifelink. Yeah, this thing taps for 2 mana now because there's a land on top of our opponent's library. So they can get down Omnath now if they want to. Okay, and down comes Nibel. We already knew that that card was in our opponent's hand, I think. I think I saw that on top of our opponent's library. And then Azuri's Archers. A 1/2 with Reach. And when it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +1 to its attack. Well, the only flyer we've got is the Angel of Invention, and we won't be swinging in with that. Especially not against an Azuri Archers. Okay, well, we do have Swords to Plowshares. I think I'll save that for Omnath, though. I really want to keep Omnath out of play. So let's go... And that will give our servo tokens Vigilance and Lifelink. So we can swing all of these in at our opponent. And they can block with the Azuri Archers if they want to. Either way, we're gaining 8 life here. It could be a 16-point life swing if our opponent doesn't block. Yeah, that's fine with me. We jump up to 37 and our opponent goes down to 22. That is fine with me. Oh, Tooth and Nail. That's a scary card, but our opponent's nowhere near it. They might get to it sooner than we think, because if they get a land on top, they'll be able to tap down the channelers for 2 mana, which will put them on 6 mana currently. But this is a really combo-centric card. Not sure if I really like Tooth and Nail, because it's 9 mana for a 1-card combo. You know, fish 2 creature cards out of your library and put them into play. So it's kind of a 1-card combo, and I don't really like that. I have used it plenty of times, but I don't know if I'd rather see it banned, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to kill that Elvish Piper because that's too good to leave lying around. Our opponent's got 5 cards in hand and they don't seem to be casting much, so I'm just going to assume that they have big spells in hand that they could get out with Elvish Piper. Also deanimates the Nibel as well, which is a nice bonus. Okay, let's go Blood Artist and Reassembling Skeleton. And then we can clamp the skeleton to refill our hand. We'll get 4 cards here. Oh no, actually, I completely forgot about the buff that the Angel of Invention is giving, so in that case, we're not going to do that. Our opponent scoops to that. Not the flashiest game, our opponent was unlucky there, but we were swinging in for 8 damage again there, and I don't think our opponent would have blocked it, so we would have gotten even more out of range of our opponent. Let's see what we were looking at drawing into. Yeah, there's a sack outlet there the next turn, so then we can just start going crazy with Skull Clamp and drawing 4 cards. That's more mana for us. A board wipe if our opponent actually did get out of hand. And then even more cards is just spot removal, forcing our opponent. And all these cards were actually in range thanks to the Skull Clamp drawing us 4 cards per activation, thanks to the Teysa Karlov doubling it up. So yeah, all these cards were actually in range over the next few turns, so I don't think our opponent really could have done anything about it. They missed a few land drops and didn't get much going from there. So hope you enjoyed it. Teysa Karlov, I'll be sure to get more recordings with her, and hopefully they're more exciting next time. I'm Tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.